Alright, this is Wild Guns Reloaded. Going with Annie for this run. So, this is a special one-off playthrough that I've done here. I've got more footage that I've put in place for Wild Guns of my first run through, but this is my playthrough on normal mode with no continues. So I made it through this whole game without using any continues. That's not gonna have a whole lot of context at first. I think what I'll wind up doing is uploading the other videos first to show just kind of how difficult it is. But I might not do that. In either case, I just wanted to get this one and record it and show how I was able to get through this game without game overing once, and I really like this game. This was a bit of a challenge, but it was I don't know, I just sat down and just said, hey, let me go do it. I saw an achievement for it, and I thought there's also a retro sound mode that you can get that you'll see at the end. But yeah, this is a playthrough with no deaths. So, I'm sorry, no continues. Plenty of deaths, but no continues used. So, I'm pretty proud of it. Definitely, in recent memory, this is one of those video game achievements where I'm like, I did it, and I'm just uber proud that I'm able to record and show it off. So, you'll see us going through these stages here. I'm not going to be gabbing on the whole time, since I think a lot of it just, when it's played, you just see it and you can enjoy it. But yeah, the Wild Guns. It's easy to make that mistake. Even on the Wikipedia page for this game, you'll see, not to be confused with the other game, Wild Arms, which isn't developed by the same person or anything, just a very close name with a similarly themed game. Any more of these space western type games. But as you see, as I'm playing, it looks like I know exactly where to point and exactly where to shoot, and that's because I definitely do. I've played this through a bunch of times. At this point, the playthrough hasn't gone up. I did that all the footage for the playthrough in one day, just because I was really having a good time with it. And this I also did in just maybe 2 hours, I think, from start to finish, all the previous attempts. But yeah, man, getting shot there, that's definitely an indication of just how tricky this can get. Because even though I've been through this first stage a bunch of times, it's still one mistake, one slip of the concentration, and you're done. You've only got a couple lives to start off with. But one thing you'll note in... Ooh, snaps. Get the big ass truck. Ooh! That stupid machine gun that he does right there. Well, it's not stupid, but it's part of his pattern. But that machine gun is actually probably his most dangerous attack, because if you jump incorrectly, like let's say, for example, you jump to the right when he's shooting at you, depending on his positioning, he has tracking on the gun, so you see that he shoots twice, and then he'll immediately move forward to you. But he's done, so we can move on from him. Awesome explosion. Usually the first indication, fighting some different things besides humans. You get a 1-up after every stage, and sometimes if your score is high enough, you'll get a 2-up. So for this, I take a different route than what I'll take in the playthrough that I put up, but this is the gold mine. I think this stage is the hardest stage, Hence why I'm going for it first, because since there's no continues, you don't get any more resources like bombs. So this took a little bit of practice to do, but god damn. Once again, I reacted just the same way I did when I actually had that playthrough come through. One of the features in this game is definitely abusing the iframes you get from different actions. You definitely get invulnerability frames from a little bit from your jump, but not much. You get them from doing the quick dodge, which you'll see, and you get them from picking and throwing up dynamite. So even if somebody's shooting at you, if you're in the motion of picking and throwing up the dynamite, like there, for example, then the bullets actually won't get you. This right here is ridiculous. So sometimes the power-ups, the special guns that you see, they're gimp weapons like this pop gun, and it just means you can't shoot, and that is just so not what you need during a boss attempt. That right there is the first use of a bomb you saw. That is one of the techniques you can use and do to clear the enemies on the screen. It clears about 33% of the screen depending on where you're standing. Either the right 33%, the middle 33, or the left 33, as you probably guessed if you're in a normal stage layout. On the SNES version, the bombs actually clear out the whole screen, which is nice. But yeah, this stage, especially that first one, I thought it's got a lot going on. It's crazy. My eyes are following the exact same patterns that they would as I'm watching this footage back, that they would when I'm actually playing the game, because I once again did not see what actually shot me there. I was too busy focused on whatever, so I guess I would have fallen for it again. I guess this is also a good point to talk about the points system. So this is not an arcade game, and it never was. It was a Super Nintendo game. Just got an extra life there. That's the benefit of the point system. So in most games, probably I would say the majority of them that are arcade ports, or games that use points, it's kind of just like a leftover mechanic. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. In this game, it kind of does mean something. So what the points do is not only get you extra lives when you get enough points, you know, a couple games do that, but they're also determining on when you get things like, okay, I get rid of that boss. Dealing with those two arms, forget it. Anyway, this boss here is really easy. The stage is hard, but the boss is easy, so I'll just go back to what I was talking about. So, points. The points in this game, they make a bit of a difference, because what they do is when you shoot the enemies, and sometimes they'll get out like a crystal or a diamond or something like that, not only do they help get you extra lives, but what they also do is, pardon me, what the points also do is they help get you upgrades, or gun upgrades rather I should say, so the gun power-ups that you'll see. Once again, pop gun. That's why I didn't go for that gun power-up, because you just don't know what you're going to get during a boss. But if you're going to get the pop gun, this is a boss to get it on, because as you can see, he kind of covers his eyes, so there's a period of time where you just can't damage him. And in any case, you can also shoot the enemy bullets if you're in the right position. And if you shoot the enemy bullets, then they won't come. So, but the points help get you the gun upgrades, which then helps you get more points to get more lives. You know, it gets into like a bit of a cycle. So if you're playing well and you're shooting all the enemies, and you know you're getting the little drops afterwards, the gold bags and that kind of stuff, that all lends itself to getting more and more lives, and it also makes the game easier because you're starting to get on a roll and get the bonus points. I'm sorry, the gun upgrades. It's kind of like Silver Surfer, if you've ever seen that game, where you can get onto a good pattern. You know, you've gotten the enhanced shots and you're keeping them, or Gradius, or many of those other side-scrolling type shooters. little bit indecisive there on which stage I was going to pick because, well, you'll see it here in a second, but there's a green meter next to the timer, and that green meter is the V trigger, and during that V trigger you have a period of invulnerability and doing extra damage to bosses. Not just bosses, but you just got like the big heavy gun basically. Think of it like getting the star in Mario. So during the V trigger I was just trying to time it out so that I got the V trigger at a point, you know, where I needed it, but I kind of realized that this is it here. You see, I've got the super uber shots and I can't be hurt here. It lasts for about 10 seconds. Nice. But this is actually not a bad section to get it on, because this whole area can take a lot longer than it needs to take if you don't have good gun power-ups, so you get something ridiculous. Yeah, get out of here, Jason. You can see the mechanic is the whole dark area here. Got him. So, you see I went through the extra effort there. The boss is just these slow ambling robots that kind of just take up a whole bunch of time. Not all that hard, just big bullet sponges. Not too bad if you've got the enhanced weapons, but if you have the regular rifle, it's a long fight for really no reason. Get him. Nice. Yeah. And you can only kill them when they're on the ground. If they can stand back up if you don't shoot them fast enough, but fortunately we didn't have to deal with any of that. These guys, they can come down and just shoot out a hail of fucking bullets at you. So, and you got these miners in the background, whatever, these guys throwing shit on you. This run here is actually the best I've ever done this one stage, I would say, because you can see that I have one bomb in the underneath the score screen next to the timer. Underneath the filling up green bar, you'll see the little purple pellets, and that's how many bombs you have. But to have a gun power up on that one enemy that you just saw me wreck, not common. Get rid of all those bats, they will eventually shoot you. Yes. I just kind of figured the mechanic out of the whole point system. That's one of the features of this game, is figuring out the different things that you can do, because there's no tutorial. I mean, you've literally seen all the gameplay, so the game starts, you get right to the action, you move, you shoot, and that's kind of it. So, so while I'm not shooting there, that's another game mechanic that you just kind of have to figure out through playing, is there's the timer at the bottom right. The timer decreases based on how many enemies you kill, and so on and such forth, and those determine when you move on from one section to the other until you get to these mini boss sections like I'm in right now, where you see the timers at 0-0, because it just, however long it takes to kill you, so for you to kill this guy is how long it's going to be, and the same with the upcoming boss. But you'll see on the next stage that, I like this guy's design, but you see on the next stage that the timer only goes so far. I'm sorry, that the timer starts up when you're on the henchmen fighting them. Now this boss looks cool, and the first couple times you get up to him, the adrenaline's definitely going from having gotten through the stage and whatnot, but he's actually a pretty simple boss. He's got simple pattern once you get used to it. I compare that move to Devil from Tekken 2, where he would fly up and shoot the lasers, and you just have to know that you can run, once again the GIMP weapon, sheesh. You just have to know that you can run underneath the laser and get behind him, and then you can ream him as soon as he falls down for his recovery. You can grab him or whatever. So that's in Tekken. In this game, it's the same concept. You just have to know, okay, the laser's coming, just run over to the other side and just blast away. Now these arms can do more than this though, the bottom two arms that are coming to attack you. And despite the fact that I think this one went pretty well, I have gotten distracted by something on the screen like for a second and then realize I'm out of position, get hit by an arm. So the arms can come together and you have to jump over both of them in the middle of the screen, but right here, no worries, no dice. I think I got through that whole level without getting hit, so good to go. Points! Player up, yes. Now this one, I think I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing? Armored Train, let's go. I know that I'm probably not going to get the V trigger back in time for any of these other regular stages, so forget it, let's go. This stage, the train level, I've probably done this level more than any other level, except the last level, because this stage isn't really that bad. It's the boss. I don't know why, but aside from the final boss, this boss is by far the most difficult boss, at least for me. There's probably some technique or way to beat him that I'm not aware of, but for me, this guy is really hard. So anyway, yeah, extra life. Let's wind up getting through this, and you can see this is a good example to show the timer that I mentioned a few minutes ago. So you see me levering away at this guy. You hear that little buzz, timer's counting down. Then that allows you to move on to the next section. So the screen and the enemies come on kind of a pattern. There's very little RNG in this game. There's some RNG, but there's not a lot of RNG. Enemies will for the most part show up in the same places and give you the same patterns. Sometimes you can have the mini bosses or sub bosses do something kind of out of the box, but like sections like this, it's all about your execution. So it makes the game feel pretty fair, especially for such a punishing game. Much like Contra, it's you know, you don't want to, you have one-hit kill, so once again, just terrible luck getting this stupid P gun. Boss. The first time I played this, I was like, it says boss. Awesome. I used to always use the bomb on those missiles because I was like deathly afraid of them, but they don't really fire that fast. You just have to stay cool and good to go. If you're not aware of the lasso, I've used it a couple times. The lasso is something that you can use and some enemies will throw at you. It stuns you, locks you in place. Which you want to use against this guy because it helps slow him down, but he's hard as hell to hit with it. But I've got 6 lives at this point, so I'm doing really good on lives. Usually, if you're playing the game normally and you're dying in between stages, which is definitely how you're going to be playing it at first, you only have a maximum of 2 lives, or rather 3, since they count 0 as a life in this one. These fucking guys riding around in the background, shooting at you. Damn train boss. Got an upgrade for this fight though, which is nice. Very rarely do you get that. If there's like a fast way to beat this guy, shit. Somebody lay it on me because I don't know. Right there, you can get. There's an example of how the bomb was slightly mistimed. If I had timed it better and got him right in the middle of the screen, he would have died a section before that. But he's dead. Get out of here. Never come back. That train boss. Damn him. Alright, on to the last stage, which is the first stage I completed the first time I went through this game, the Ammo Depot. So I haven't played this game a bunch. I definitely know what enemies are going to react when and where, so I know that that machine gun is going to start shooting before that machine gun does. There's another mechanic in this that I kind of found out right as I was going through the run of this game right before this run. There's little areas in the stage that get you bombs, like guaranteed bomb drops. As you can see, there's destructible environments. That was one right there. That tractor or whatever you shoot in the background, if you blow that up, it gets you a bomb. If you go back in the footage and look at the first stage, there's a water tower to the left that when you blow that up, that always gets you a bomb. And the same on the gold mine stage. I guess at least if you were able to hit him, one of those cart guys that's flying by that are in the striped outfit, they'll get you a bomb. So there's definitely little spots in the game that if you know the game, you can get resupplied while you're playing it, and then they can plan out your runs so you can get the most out of it. Nice, tons of upgrades, man. One of the things I really like about this game is the fact that they don't tell you about all the mechanics on how to play and win. This boss, let's see, this guy, that's another example of abusing the iframes. Right when you throw the lasso, it'll eliminate whatever enemy bullets are heading your way from the direction you throw the lasso, and it'll give you a period of like a second of invulnerability, which you can definitely, once you get the timing down, use. And the reason why that brief second of invulnerability works so well is this: the bullets that are coming to you on screen, they only appear in front of you to actually hurt you for just the one instant that they're on the same plane as you, advancing from, you know, the background to the foreground. Nice, lucky got another bomb drop there. We definitely will take. These enemies right here, they seem to be in a somewhat set pattern where they'll go from middle to right, zoom over, so they don't really track where the character is, they just kind of do their own thing. I'm blowing those little machine gun turrets up because you can get some power-ups from but you can definitely get points. So I mean, we're sitting pretty with 7 lives. We're doing really, really good. Technically 8 lives. Yeah, so the trick to fighting those guys is just keep track of where they're at and just move. Just move and groove. Get out. This is definitely a game that could use a player 2 for sure. Playing in 2 players a lot more, I think it's a lot more engaging, and it makes the game a little easier, which is not necessarily a bad thing because you get through the bosses easier and wrecking stuff, but you share the same life pool, so it doesn't make it like insanely easy by any means. What happens if you miss this guy? He can pop off like this rapid shot at you. Kind of let this fight get a little out of hand. If you nail him with the lasso right off, see, I was too focused doing damage to him, didn't pay attention to the thing above. But if you nail him with the lasso right off, you can See, now look at this. You're keeping track of like way too much shit going off at once. So you got those guys closing in. Then this guy pops you. Can't believe it. Can't believe this mini boss is taking 2 lives off me. It's alright. It's alright. You can see that despite how poorly that went, they built up the V-trigger quite a bit. So that'll make this fight a lot easier. Lever him. Yeah. Now the boss is in this phase here. There's nothing you can do to him. You have to wait now. So most of my V-trigger wasted. That's alright though. Got him. Nice. Fucking awesome. At this point when I was in the playthrough, I was like, man, I think we're actually going to get this done. We're in really good shape with lives, and heading into the last stage. This last stage, I've definitely done the most. So I was like, I know exactly what to do. I know exactly. It should be fucking fine. Just don't choke. So this fight here, just get yourself in the corner, and then you have to carefully watch the bullets they throw at you, because they won't come all the way to the corner to do that shot like that middle guy's doing there. And take advantage of the lasso eliminating the bullets as they fly towards you, because you know what direction they're coming from, and you can lay them down. But believe me, when I first started this stage, holy shit, there's no fucking way. Like, I'm standing in the middle of the screen, the right side of the screen, nothing works. I was getting killed so much there. And this part 2 I also had a little bit of trouble with, not as much. These guys look like they're really tough, but they're not at all. I mean, they're almost just there to distract you. It's actually fairly difficult to get hit by them because they shoot only to the exact left and right of them. So if you stand directly in front of them, you'll be fine. And your bullets will take their bullets away, and you get a lot of power-ups in this section. So this is more like the game giving you like a little chance to rest and like mentally recover before you before you have to go out and do battle with the rest of the stage, giving you a chance to get some goodies and supplies after fighting those 2 mini bosses. Just gotta eliminate him. Yeah, this one definitely nice, calm, easy. Know exactly what I'm doing with this one because, like I said, this last stage I've been through a bunch, but usually I come with only 3 lives. This time I've got like 8, and I've done it before, so you know the confidence is up. It makes a big difference. Nope. Bomb, fuck it. You got this madness going on screen. For those guys in the foreground that are coming at you, you have to hit down on the, I use a D-pad, you can use the analog stick, but I use a D-pad. You have to hit down in order to shift your character's aim, basically. That doesn't change the reticle, but somehow the game registers that you're trying to hit the guy in the foreground. Works every time. Boom! V-trigger right before the final boss. Seems to happen every time, so you can't use the V-trigger on this part. There won't be any cheese in this guy, you're just gonna have to play him. Jump! Yes! Jump. Ooh! Ooh, yeah. Even though I've done this stage a bunch and this last fight a bunch, there's just a shitload of fire coming from every direction. You have to be very careful about how you time your jumps as well. I mean, I'm making it look, I think, easier than it is. I don't even know if I'm making it look easy, but you can't just jump over the bullets either because they're firing overhead as well as on top. So you have to be very, very cautious about time, either using the jump or the little like dodge button. Get him! Get him! Ooh! Woo! Not today, ISIS. Oh! Damn, this guy. That column. Sometimes you just get unlucky. I know he's close here too, but this is another example. Fucking didn't shift the aim down in time. Get out of here. But we got him! We fucking got him. We got him. Oh man, it was good. It was so good to get him. Jesus. Boom. Boom. Fucking Pokemon blasting off again, guy in the background. But I wish I could have at the time just recorded all the emotion in my voice when I got through this game. No continues. It was awesome. There's a hard difficulty and an easy difficulty. Ironically, the easy difficulty is still kind of weirdly difficult because the timing is different. Enemies are a lot slower. They also have each mode has a different stage as well. So the easy difficulty has a what kind of stage is it? A canyon, desolate canyon, and then the hard difficulty's got a flying city stage. And I have beaten the flying city stage, but I haven't gone and tried it on easy, the hard canyon yet. I just played it through after I beat the game on normal just to see what it was like. But yeah, amazing game, only made by a very limited staff. As you'll see, the credits roll here pretty quick. And this game was a blast, but man, I'm really looking forward to playing it again. Get the good Player 2 on. Player 2, you know who you are. I'm gonna have to get you in on this one for sure, because we can get it for Switch or PS4, and it's definitely worth the $20. It's a challenging game. If you just watch this playthrough, then you know, at least you'll know the strategy to get through a couple parts, but there's plenty that I didn't talk about, and you know, it's all up to your own execution. So it's an awesome game, and I highly recommend it. Give it a shot. It's a great melee game, a little Cowboy Bebop-ish, if you will. I mean, only in a way that it's like a space western. So yeah, definitely a good one. Short credit roll while you sit back in a chair and just recover, basking in the glory of your victory. The Tango Project. Natsume Atari. Ironically, a company that, and Natsume, they were one company at one point, but I guess they split. And I guess back in the days, they used to make a lot of ports of games, but this is one of their very few original IPs that they made. And the only reason I don't think it really caught on is because it came at the end of the Super Nintendo's lifespan in like 1995 in the United States, 1994 in Japan. So That's the only reason I think this game didn't catch fire, because it is a fucking awesome game I found by complete accident. But it is fucking awesome. Love this game. Pick it up if you get a chance, guys. Pick it up. Retro sound mode and our achievement. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They give you only bronze for doing all that, bastards. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you next time. See ya, fellas.